Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope all of you are doing well. So this is going to be more of a mail day video. It was originally supposed to be a unboxing. I had already recorded the video. I had planned on uploading it yesterday, but it did not turn out the way I wanted it to. What I like to do, and I'm sure a lot of you do the same thing, is I always rewatch my videos before I upload them. And when I did, yeah, it did not turn out the way I was expecting it to. There were some little issues, so I decided that since I can't redo the unboxing, I figured I would just show you what I got, just a closer look at it for this Mail Day video. So once again, I'm still continuing the reward apps that I've been using. I try different ones to accumulate points faster, and I was able to redeem up to like $14 in change, give or take, for Amazon gift cards. And I will state, one thing I cannot stand about Amazon in a lot of places is that, well, with Amazon, you gotta pay either a monthly or yearly subscription, or you gotta spend so much to get the free shipping. And a lot of places are like that, where you have to purchase so much to get free shipping. But places like Groove, who I think really step it up compared to the others, because they offer free shipping regardless if you buy one or more than one item. They give you that option. Yes, they're going to ship it to where it takes slightly longer, so you can pay the extra if you want to get it sooner. But the fact that they give you that option, I feel like really works for them, and I feel like that plays a big part on why people shop from them a lot more often compared to other places. They also have an eBay store, and recently I've noticed they are starting to have a lot of Shop Factory and some Scream Factory titles and things like that. So it's always great to see new stuff added, and the fact that they give you that option so you don't have to buy one item and pay extra for the shipping. Amazon shipping is getting a little ridiculous. I mean, $5.99 or $6.99 to ship one item, when you can ship it out media mail. And at least where I'm at, the average for media mail is about $4.63. So I don't know why it has to be charged so much. And not only that, but considering a lot of times when I order off of Amazon, the location, like one of the warehouses that my items get shipped to or get shipped from to come to me, is not that far. I would say maybe 2 days minimum, depending on the traffic, to get mail from that location to here. It just makes no sense. But hey, what can you do about it? So I did ended up redeeming the gift cards and got myself a Kino Lorber title, trying to boost up the Kino Lorber collection. Kino is definitely stepping it up. New stuff always being released. I mean, we got Road Trip finally getting a 4K release. I'm glad I held off on the Blu-ray on that one, but there are movies I would never had expect Kino Lorber to announce. Wayne's World 2. As we know, Paramount released the first one, and now they're going to release this. Kino's going to release the second. And that is awesome. There's a lot on my wish list when it comes to Kino. I mean, there's Tropic Thunder on 4K. There's the Death Wish films, which is the first one on 4K, and then part 4 and 5 on Blu-ray. We got Wayne's World 2. I mean, there's just so much. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. This is an upgrade. As you guys know, I'm trying to slowly upgrade a lot of my stuff, from DVD to Blu-ray or Blu-ray to 4K. If I'm just so lucky and it happens that one of the films I have on DVD has a 4K, I will upgrade to the 4K. And I started this challenge back in like the summer of 2023, and I surprisingly was able to upgrade at least over 10, maybe close to 20 titles. And I also was able to add films into my collection to complete whether it's a 2-film collection or a franchise of some sort. So to use a great example, I was able to complete the Super Troopers 2-film collection. I was able to complete the Boondock Saints. So those are Percy Jackson's another one. So those are kind of, kind of an idea of how I was able to use eBay. And basically how my challenge works is that either the eBay, whatever I sell, the funds have to either cover the entire purchase. So if it's a one set price with free shipping, or it's the price with shipping, the funds have to cover it. Or if I have something that sold, a while back and I only made a few bucks, well, then that has to go towards, the item. So like, say I sell something and I'm able to cover a good majority, but say I'm short $1 or $2. Well, the funds I had for another an item I had sold a while back will go towards that, and I had both. There's times where I was able to pay the entire purchase, and then there was other times where I pay less than $5, and that was the goal. And I'm yet to be done. I think for at least the first round of upgrades, I am like less than 20 titles from accomplishing the first challenge, which I'm trying to push towards, try to complete by the end of the year, and then I'm going to move on to round 2. But what I've also been trying to do is kind of go back and forth. But now I'm at that point where a lot of the upgrades I need now are the more expensive titles. So like People Under the Stairs on 4K, Scream Factory, Clue, Hackers, 4K, all from Shout Factory. So those are going to be a little pricey. The Bill and Ted collection, 4K by Shout Factory. So there's so many different titles I need to upgrade. And then after that, my second goal is to complete a lot of stuff in my collection. So that's getting the rest of the TV seasons that I need to complete a TV show or a movie franchise, like a great example, Highlander. And then after that, the next challenge is going to be cleaning the collection. So great example is I have A Million Ways to Die in the West. I'm missing the DVD of that. It's just the Blu-ray disc. So I want to get the DVD disc so I can complete it as the original, kind of complete it to when it was first released. West Side Stories, missing the DVD. What is it? Sausage Party, I'm missing the Blu-ray. I just have the 4K. So that's the idea, is to complete these releases to the way they were when they came out. Not only that, but I've got films in cases that don't need to be in cases. I've got like a single disc and a 2-disc case. I've got films with broken cases, so that's the goal. I'm hoping to accomplish it, but we'll see what happens. But I need to stop rambling on and let's get into the upgrade that I picked up. I ended up upgrading Frogs. This finally went down to a reasonable price, at least in my opinion. I know there's a 4K out there, I believe. This is a weird and interesting movie. Can't wait to watch it on Blu-ray, and then I'll do a review for you guys. But this is part of their Kino cult. They do have like this little side label of cult classic films that they call Kino cult, and this is spine number 12. I'm not 100% sure what they're on when it comes to the line of these cult classics, but I don't think there's a whole lot. I think they just recently started this line, but there are other companies that have something similar. Like I believe Arrow has something of that nature. But yeah, love the artwork, really cool there. And then the spine, and then the back, and we have a few features. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on. You get audio and commentary by a film historian, David Del Valle, or Valley, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. And then you get also film historian and producer Dan Marino, the son of the NFL legend, which is pretty cool. And then you get interviews with actress Joan Van Ark, and then you get the theatrical trailer. So yeah, it's not much in the way of features, but it's better than just being a bare bones release, so you really can't go wrong with that. So very nice. Gives you a description of the film, all your little credits and all your specs and things like that. So not bad. Glad it came with the slip. You know, a lot of times when you order titles from boutique labels, you know, usually the first prints have the slip covers, and then a lot of times you may not get it. So to get the slip, I couldn't complain. So pretty much the same, and it does include reversible artwork, which is awesome. Not every title's gonna have reversible artwork. I've noticed recently they're starting to do that, not just the Blu-rays but the 4Ks, and I think that's what really stands them against companies like Scream Factory. I mean, Scream Factory is just re-releasing a lot of their stuff, and a lot of the 4K titles that they're releasing don't have reversible artwork. Why not? I mean, let's be honest. You're charging so much, and a lot of those transfers don't look all that great. The Funhouse, as you guys know, I did that part of my Halloween horror if you've been subscribed to the channel for a while, and I sold that movie. I had it on 4K, watched it. I did not care for that movie, and the transfer was awful. Just, the movie's garbage. I'm sorry. I was expecting more out of that movie, and I just got something completely different. And not only that, the transfer was just hideous. Too grainy, I feel like, and it just didn't really stand out at all. Like, I've seen better older films have better transfers, and that was not it. So yeah, I was just very disappointed with that. And the audio seemed to have issues too. Like, I had to keep turning up my volume just to hear things. So yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. So that's the disc. And then you do, like I said, you do get reversible artwork, which I think is better than what we have on here, but I do like what we have as the main. But this reversible artwork looks a lot better, because you got, not only do you have frogs, but you have like lizards and spiders and snakes. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a weird, interesting, I guess in a way you can call it a creature feature film. Yeah, it's kind of weird in its own way. It's not like your typical horror film. This is more like... Oh, that sucks. Didn't even realize that. Look at that. Artwork's damaged. I can't complain too much. This literally was in a giant mailer with no, like, protection. And I just don't get it. Like, Amazon's a little ridiculous. But, hey... You know, I never had too much issues, and if it's usually just minimum on its damage, I'm completely fine with that. Unless it's a steel book and it's in, you know, broken in half. No, I won't order steel books at all from places like Walmart or Amazon. I'll go to Walmart to pick up a steel book, or I'll order off of, you know, any boutique label that has a steel book, because I know I can get it in better condition. But yeah, that is Frogs. It's different. It's a creature feature. It's a horror film, I guess you can put it as that. But it's not like your typical horror films that you normally get, which I think can really turn people off and just completely ignore this film altogether. But I thought it was unique in its own way, and yes, I found it to be a lot better than the Funhouse. But yeah, I'm excited to watch it on Blu-ray. Doesn't say anything about a transfer, so I don't know if it's just a standard, you know, regular scan, 2K scan, whatever you want to call it, that they do when they take an older film and put it on Blu-ray. Or it could be a 4K scan. I mean, a lot of Blu-rays out there have 4K scans, and they look good. Yes, the 4K could look a lot better, but it would make no sense to upgrade if you're getting a 4K scan. At least that's how I feel. But yeah, don't want to ramble on too much, but that is my mail day Frogs on Blu-ray from Kino under their Kino Cult line, spine number 12. So if you've seen Frogs, let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on it. To some, they may seem like this, or may think this film is boring. It can be, but I think it's unique in its own way, to say the least. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a like, share my video, it helps me out, subscribe to the channel. I'm Film Talk with Mikey, and until next time, guys, we'll talk films. You guys have a good one, take care, see you next time.